All right, guys. So there was voting for both classes that have entered the game since its release. That would be the Lancer and the Ninja. Both of these, they did the same thing that we're looking at here, where we did votes on the official Discord as well as the SEA Discord. They each had their own voting system, as well as on Facebook and everything else. They added everything together, and we had a winner. In each description of each video, this one included, I have each of these files on there, so you can check them out whenever you want. I didn't want them to ever disappear, so they are there. And as you see, they tell us Night Owl, which is what we ended up getting. They tell you on most of them down here at the bottom what they're based off of. So Final Fantasy XIV Ninja, which it is very close to what the Ninja did. I've shown in the past skills of the Ninja after we found out that's the one that won, and we saw what was coming and then got the skills, and it's very, very similar. So, and then if we scroll down, it's the same thing in other languages, telling us what to expect from the two types, as well as characteristics of the class and spec 1, spec 2. As an example, this is the one that we ended up getting, the dodge and quick time event. The quick time event is referring, normally this means a button pops up to click that, and what this is referring to for the shadow version, which is the Shadow Owl, the right side. What this means is that, remember, every like 2 skill casts, you have your chi up to do a chi bonus, and then the core with the dodge, you use your abilities to move around. And then Assassin, Mist Array, and Combo, which, remember, you have the first skill, you put that mist around you, and the combo, every time you hit with any of your skills, your 3 major skills, you're able to use a secondary version of that skill. So this is just an example of what we're looking at. And what I'm going to show you in this video is there's 4 others that we know are options. I'm going to show you what they are. So here, Dancer, and then it's telling us Dancer from Final Fantasy XIV and the character Zephyr from Xenoblade Chronicles. I have both of them up. We're going to look very, not closely, but we're going to look eagle-eyed, very just quickly go through a couple and see what we can expect in the game going forward. I have the 4 that we know are possible to be added, to be on the voting system, as well as they'll probably add 1 or 2 more on the list. Now, this is probably going to happen towards the end of the year. Last December, not last month, but 13 months ago, is when Lancer came out. That was the first class added. They got quicker, or they had multiple in ready to go, and then in October of this year, so only about 4 months ago, we got Night Owl Ninja. So Dancer, melee, Swift Wind, which is focused on dodge and combo, and Supreme Artistry, focused on buffing. Now, as an example, it's similar to Zephyr, which this is a character in the game. They have high aggro and evade, which is like if you're familiar with World of Warcraft, games like that, aggro, making monsters attack you. The version we have like this, we do have something like this. We have Daisy in for the Earth Fairy Daisy, that causes things to attack you, doesn't work on players, but if they attack something else, then they take reflect damage. So it could be something like that. Evade, harder to hit, could be an extra dodge, more high aggro, more evade, evade up and attack down, and then their class skills, increasing agility, so it could be a movement speed buff, increases Aether Defense, which in this game would be like a special defense if you're familiar with Pokemon, regular attack and special attack. I don't know how this would convert. It could be a barrier or something. If you get enough stacks from evading hits, you deal high damage. That is something they could do. If you do end up dodging if someone tries to attack you while you're invulnerable, they could have a meter that fills up, and then you can hit the counter button, which would be interesting. Prevent attacks on allies. I don't think that would ever happen. But this is a little bit closer. AoE in a cone in front of you, dancing. Also a heal. Something that you'll notice from Final Fantasy XIV is they have kind of a flow system. You use a skill, which allows you to use a second skill, which allows you to use a third skill to do their rotation. You can't always hit 1, 2, or 3. Very similarly, we have with, let's say, Lancer or Blazing Owl, you have to hit or have energy to be able to use the next version of your ability. That is entirely possible. Designate this is a big one. You pick someone as an ally. Dancer doesn't have a very high damage output, but you pick an ally as your dance partner and they get a buff that would be in line with the damage that you would have. So it could be an interesting support type, as well as being able to do the heals and things like this. AoE damage in front of you, giving your dance partner reduces damage taken by your dance partner. That could be an interesting thing, giving you a dance partner, and then all of your skills doing abilities that are a little bit less than other classes, but ends up being a little bit higher than other classes with the buffs and things it gives your dance partner would be interesting. So as we see, combo, continuously regenerate and consume energy. Using the release, the dancer unleashes a barrage of dance attacks. Growing stronger over time. Skilled, swift land, tirelessly damage output, combat. Formidable, sustained combat abilities. This is sounding a lot like Dragon Fighter. As the battle goes on, you get stronger and stronger. And this one is more the buffing type. Support ability, sufficient energy, sustained buffs, protection effects to teammates. This would be like the dance partner thing. While providing the events, the dancer also has strong defensive capabilities, survival damage boosts, and survival boosts to teammates. Now talking about Summoner. This is the one that came in second place on the Discord itself. I believe it won, but when they added everything from all sources together, Ninja ended up winning. This was the second place this past year. Summoner. So ranged mage, all around summoning, and burst AoE. So the spec 1 is all about summoning the monster, having the monster do the fighting for you, like summon a golem that's very tanky, hitting the ground doing a stun, summoning like a rhino that knocks people up and they're sitting there fighting on the field for you. Spec 2 is more of just a mage class. You, let's say, summon a dragon to summon fire on the ground. Like I said, with the golem hitting the ground, could do the same thing, but have it be a bigger AoE and knock everyone down on the ground. That's really what the summoner's trying to do from what they say here. And the summoner over here, they have pretty similar stuff. What I pulled up right here, I put us in the actual summon category. We have the summons, like summon Topaz, summon Emerald, summon Ifrit, all the like Final Fantasy monsters, and they all stay around, do damage on the ground, and then gives you buffs. And then we have other abilities, if we want to talk about the other type, like Ruin, which ruin changes based on your most recent summon. Like this requires wind to cast. Another one requires fire to cast. Things like this. So it could be a cool mix of I summoned Emerald, so now I can do Emerald Ruin, which does a little bit less damage than the others, but the buffs that Emerald gives could be something to go for. Whereas Summon Ifrit doesn't do as many buffs, it's more of a damage altering thing. Then we have Ruby Ruin, which is the fire one, which does the most damage, to give you an idea of what's going on there. Then we have Night. It did originally, this was from the first round of voting, which it did say Final Fantasy XIV Paladin. When it showed up as an option for the second round of voting, they took that off, but everything here stayed the same. And it's exactly like, oh, hold on one second. I ended up closing the tab accidentally. I apologize. But the Knight is focused just like the Paladin, which, as we'll see here, Judgment Knight and Paladin, exactly what it sounds like. The Judgment Knight is focused on the more fighting aspect, more the damage dealer, maybe some knock up, knock down, stuff like that. The Paladin being the real heals, damage prevention, things like that, which we'll see over here. Cover, take all the damage for nearby allies, Circle of Scorn. This would be more, you'll see with the symbol here, right? The shield type one would be the holy type paladin thing, and the cross swords would be more of the damage type. Hollow Ground, one of the biggest cooldowns they have in that game, makes you take no damage for a set amount of time. Clemency, big heal. Divine Veil. Everything is just a bunch of woo heals, cleanses, defensive stuff, a true holy tank. And then we have the attack type skills, which ends up primarily doing damage. You'll see it's primarily like weapon skill. It's more on the weapons side. Attacks with damage, you have to use his other skill before it. Combo bonus makes you do more damage with your holy ability. Intervene, jump in, take someone's hit. Spell ability, weapon skill, atonement. Restores your MP, so you can use your other skills. Just they all have rotations, but that's kind of the idea. Either you're the super tank or you are the like fighter that's focused on like ignoring the holy aspect of a paladin and focused on the fighting aspect with the sword, with the shield, with knock up, knock back, things like this, stuns, things like that. And then the last one, which never had anything that it's based off of that we saw, which is why I don't have anything up. Physician. This is the one that I want the most, but there's nothing to really go off of. Spec 1, healing. Spec 2, continuous damage and self-healing. So Spec 1 is able to heal themselves or others, but if they heal others, they give them buffs. So you primarily want to heal your allies, but you can heal yourself if you need to, but there's no real buffs for healing yourself. Spec 2 has low damage, but they have ticking damage over time. Probably going to be similar to like that reflect damage that Daisy does, or the burn damage that Rose does, that ignores defense and such. That would be really, really cool. As well as they primarily want to heal themselves. And there's nothing here to really focus on. And I don't know Final Fantasy XIV enough to know if there's something like that. I'm thinking this first one will be like the cards. I forget the name of the class, but they do cards. They're really good at buffing and shielding. That's something it could be like. But Toxicologist is the one that I want to do. Burn over time, self-healing. Sounds amazing. Let me know what you guys think down below. What would you vote for? Until next time, guys.